Hello, hello, hello. It is now 7:45 p.m. at WNYU 89.1 FM. You are tuned into A Break from Reality with your hosts,
DJ Line
and DJ Magnii.
And we're bringing you the best breaks from outer space into every place into your face. Yes, tonight we have a very amazing special guest with us. We have junglist from New Zealand, producer. We got Okty on the mic. Hello, are you there? Are you coming through?
I am.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Break from Reality.
We've got you loud and clear. You're on the air.
Yeah, nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'm Okty or Okty, however you want to say it. I'm actually originally from Germany, but I've been living in New Zealand for the last 8 or 9 years. And yeah, like you said, I produce and DJ jungle. I've been doing production for a long time, but last year been finally deciding to release some stuff, and here I am.
Oh wow! So releasing's been like a recent thing for you.
Yeah, I kind of just been playing around with it, just on Fruity Loops back in the day, and then kind of just making beats since I've been like 15 or something. But yeah, finally decided. A friend of mine said you should just release stuff. And yeah, here I am.
Absolutely, that's dope.
So did the journey with jungle start after Germany, or what's your relationship with like the electronic music scene? At what point did you shift into what you're doing now?
Yeah, I think I started mostly with just like boom bap hip hop beats. Like I was very 90s hip hop inspired, but then when I was in my teenage years, I discovered like liquid drum and bass and ambient jungle and that stuff. I used to be a big gamer, and so I used to play just DJ mixes all the time in the background, just playing drum and bass and jungle. And so I've always had kind of a relationship with that, and then eventually decided to kind of look into how that's made and try to analyze it and figure out all the breaks and stuff. And so I kind of got into that. And I feel like there's actually especially with jungle, it feels like there's almost like a relationship with hip hop as well, where you have that kind of like imperfection. It's all about the vibe, not like perfectly aligned, 4x4 kicks and stuff. It feels very vibey and, heavy sub bass and stuff. So yeah, it felt kind of natural to me.
Yeah, I hear that comparison a lot. It's a good, a lot of people don't always pick up on that, especially when you get to, I don't know, some of the more really streamlined types of sounds. But yeah, I think the whole sampling root of it is such a beautiful place, and there's a lot to be explored with that. I had a quick question. I see you've been working with Break Room, and here we've been talking a lot about the different local music scenes, and we just wanted to have you elaborate a little bit more on that.
Yeah, so I think New Zealand actually is really interesting. We have like a lot of independent underground promoters, and also like festivals. There's something called Bushdoves here. I don't know if you've heard of that term, but it's basically just illegal raves somewhere in the bush, because we have a lot of forest here. So people are just going to find like a spot in the forest and just set up a big sound system and some portable toilets and stuff, and just have a good night. And so there's like a big scene of that here. To be honest, like jungle itself was a bit underrepresented. Drum and bass is massive here. Techno is massive. Dub and reggae are also really massive here. But jungle itself, like there are definitely people that are pushing it, but specifically where I'm based in New Zealand, in Auckland, there's kind of a lack of jungle, and so I kind of saw that gap and decided to put together with a few friends. We put together like a little collective to just run some events here, and we basically are just finding local venues and a few DJs and put together some fun nights.
I mean, I saw you released like a big mix like last summer with like a bunch of like New Zealand junglists and stuff. Like the lineup seemed really huge on that. Like it was awesome that y'all, a lot of y'all out there, they're like pushing the scene out there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think there's like exciting talent here. It's just like not the platform. We try to create like a platform for that talent to, be able to play more. And it's been pretty good. Like the turnout, we've always kind of sold out the venues, so there's definitely demand for it here. And so, yeah, it's pretty. I mean, they're small venues, but still sounds good to say I sold them out. But yeah, no, it's been really good. Kind of, I think jungle in general around the world is kind of on the rise at the moment. It's definitely picking up, and so yeah, I think it's a good time right now.
Well, it's wonderful to hear that you're starting up the scene. It's like the classic way. I mean, the raves wherever you can, and getting together whoever you can, just like in your area to make it happen. That's like, yeah, that's as classic as it gets.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, and the energy is like really nice then because everyone's coming there for the music. You know, it's not like a regular club night or a big music festival or something like that where people are kind of coming there because their friends are going or something like that. It's like really people come there for the music, and jungle is also not the most mainstream or easy listening experience. Like you have to really get into it, and so I think it kind of just means that the people that are coming are really into it, and they come early and they stay late, and it's been really nice.
Yeah, that stuff is important. You know, I mean, like at least when it comes to like rave culture, like it's so important for, you have to have like, locally people who are like willing to go out to these events and like listen to something new and like take in what they're hearing that's new, and like not have to like like you said, just like people coming there intentionally to like sort of be able to dance and listen. I think like that's good to hear that like New Zealand is like has like that strong rave culture,
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's all like people just being willing to, not do it for the money as well. Like when we run events, our goal is to break even. Like we don't want to make a profit of it or anything. It's like, it's really just, we want to play music and people want to listen to music. And we also have like an opportunity, to feature DJs that are less known, because obviously the bigger names, they'll always want to have booking fees and stuff. So because we're doing stuff on a very low budget, very much just grassroots, it's it allows for more of the like local up and coming DJs to kind of get a chance to play in front of a crowd. And it's been really nice. It's been very rewarding.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you'll just have you'll have that connection there between all the audience and like the DJs and stuff, with when it's all grassroots and stuff, So that's dope. I mean, is there anything else that we should keep an eye out for like this year? We've been seeing like you've been doing a lot of drops lately. Yeah,
I've got actually 2 releases coming up. So my bro Paz from Christchurch, he's also a New Zealand junglist, and I have been kind of just collaborating a lot over the last few months, and been sending out our demos to labels, and so 2 of them got picked up, and they're gonna be dropping one of them on Motive Hunter in early May, and then the other one on Not for Human Consumption around the middle of May.
Nice.
So it's kind of the first 2 like bigger label releases for us as well. And so we're also gonna run some gigs in May. Nothing's been announced yet, but keep an eye out for that.
Keep an eye out. And where's your social medias we can
for the folks at home that are interested.
Yeah, that are interested.
Yeah. Pretty much on every platform, it's OKTY_music. And if you're interested in Auckland specific events, if anyone's listening from Auckland, Break Room Events on Instagram.
Let's get it. And before we start the mix, any people want to shout out? If you want to go on a little tangent, just like shout out a bunch of people.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Jake Osmond from Motive Hunter and Robbie from Not for Human Consumption. Very, very excited to be releasing on UK labels. I think it's kind of like a testament to the hard work that we've been doing here in the industry. I know there's also a lot of other junglists in New Zealand that have been doing really good work. just off the top of my head, and one. Fluid Haunts has been releasing a lot of crazy stuff. Kaze has also a few upcoming releases that are amazing. Obviously, Paz and I have been working closely together. I'm probably forgetting a lot of people, but those are kind of the people I've recently been working together really closely. And then also massive shout out to like some of the other underground promoters that are supporting jungle, like Fantasia in Christchurch, Corner Store, Rhythm Output. Yeah, there's heaps happening. Yeah,
let's get it.
I do shout outs because I always forget people, but you're all in my heart.
Exactly. Yeah, especially promoters. Thank you, promoters, for promoting. You're important. Yeah, well,
congrats on the new releases. I think we're just about ready to get into the mix of yours. Is there anything that you wanted to say about it before we start? Things we should look out for, certain tracks or anything like that?
I kind of try with my mixes to not repeat tracks too much, so I kind of challenge myself to try to find new tracks and dig deep into my library and find new music. So yeah, I think it's probably like every mix will be slightly different for me, but this one's going to be a bit higher BPM, so like 168 BPM. Ooh. And pretty lots of like choppy aim and breaks, and yeah, pretty heavy mix. I actually planned to do a kind of soulful ambient mix and then ended up doing a really heavy mix, so yeah, but sometimes it just goes that way.
Right, exactly.
I feel like for a Friday night, maybe something with high energy would be good.
Straight up, yeah. I mean, for anybody who's not out at the club right now, if you're home, can jam out in your own crib. So yeah. Well,
sure.
Thank you so much for being here today. We're about to do a little PSA and then get into the mix. So, but thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for coming to chat.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah,
of course. Yeah. So we're about to get into.
We'll start it up right after this quick little message. The College Student Pantry is a food pantry program for college and graduate students in NYC. The pantry is run by student volunteers and is there for any student who needs some food. No questions asked. All you have to do is show up, and you get a bag of groceries. To learn more, visit www.collegestudentpantry.org. Again, that's www.collegestudentpantry.org. This has been a public service announcement by WNYU. And with that, it's 8 p.m. at WNYU 89.1 FM. You're tuned into a break from reality. We have a guest mix that we're going to share with everyone at home.
Yes, guest mix by Okty. Please enjoy for the next 57 minutes. Here we go.
La of the night, crazy boy got crowd 3 times. A 2-time my gun boss. Come road boy!
is beginning.
Have a jump up to the hardcore tune.
Job blast, job blast, job blast, job test dead. Anything test dead. Anything test dead.
juggling.
And with that, you just heard the mix of Okty. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Okty. You can follow him on Okty_music everywhere if you'd like to.
Those who enjoyed that lovely mix.
Yes, it was really fantastic, really massive, really huge. Lots of familiar faces on there, and lots of cuts I really have never heard. I don't think I've heard like 9% of that. So it was a really, really nice, really great. I think, yeah, phenomenal. I don't know if you have any thoughts on it, Magnii.
I thought it was great. I love to hear the sounds of people push. It's always something different, and I think that's my favorite thing about jungle, bar none.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out all the junglists in New Zealand holding it down, making it happen. And yeah, shout out jungle. Jungle is everywhere. Jungle is everywhere. Jungle's forever.
And it keeps going. And it keeps going.
Keeps going. Yeah. But yeah, this has been a break from reality with DJ Lime and
DJ Magnii.
And
we'll be back next week with another guest. Stay tuned. You can follow us at ABFR.radio if you want to keep up with that, and you'll see the announcement there.
Indeed. But thanks for tuning in. Have a great night. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.